Okay, dear viewers and learners, myself Dr. Masoom Islam, again welcoming you to my YouTube channel Literaria, Miscellanea, and as per the prefixed schedule that I had declared about the mock test upon the read and uploaded topics, videos from Bihar, BSTET and BPSC, TGT, PGT English syllabus. So the mock test will be on the Old English period and the Middle English period that I have uploaded the videos of this period particularly 2 or 3 days ago, and along with this the grammar questions will be asked. As Bihar board or Bihar BPSC generally emphasize on grammar questions. So along with the literary questions there will be grammar questions as well. So the first question is Sir Goan, you can see in your screen and you will have 5 or 7 seconds for giving the answers, though after all you will be given 2 hours. Within 2 hours you have to give the right answers in the comment section box against the each questions, mentioning the option, and along with the option the written options or the written language need to be given. So you please be sure that you give the answers with question numbers and the right options, not only the option A, B, C, D, E, but also the written language. All right, so that the readers as well as I can be well acquainted and well acquired about your progress. All right, so in your screen you can see the questions one by one. It will automatically replace the other questions or the earlier question. So by this way all the 20 questions will be covered. So the first question is Sir Goan and the Green Knight was written by Caedmon, Kinewolf, Beowulf, Anonymous, none. So keeping in mind the Bihar or BSTET BPSC exam pattern, I also adapt the same pattern. Bihar usually give you 5 options, so I also here give you 5 options. Out of 5 options you have to choose the right one. All right, so Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, it is a very famous poem from Old English period. All right, second question, the 4 manuscripts of Anglo-Saxon period are all about poetry, prose, essay, dream allegory and all. So the 4 manuscripts, the manuscripts that are the important records from Old English period or Anglo-Saxon period are all about what? Is it about poetry, prose, essay, dream allegory? All. 3 number questions. The 3 P's or the writer of pearl, purity and patience, these texts are very famous in respect to metrical composition, in respect to religious indication. All right, so these 3 P's writer, Beowulf, Whitsitt, Anonymous, both None. Alright. Number 4. The monster Grendel appears in which one of the following poems? Monster. One monster Grendel. You know, like Frankenstein, you have one monster also. So here monster name is Grendel. So Beowulf, Hysteria, Begum, Regum, Britannia, Roman de Vroot, more than one of the above, more or none of the above. Okay. Number 5. The Owl and the Nightingale had been written primarily for which one of the following classes of the audience? The Owl and the Nightingale. Of course, also the Middle English poem, Middle English important poem, The Owl and the Nightingale. So for audience, which of the audience it is dedicated to? English nuns, women recluses who had chosen the solitary life, English queens, more than one of the above, none of the above. Yes. This question is from the erstwhile BPSC exam. Okay. Which one of the following poems had been written as an allegorical lament on the death of the first wife of John of Gaunt? So, which one of the following poems had been written about John of Gaunt, about the wife of John of Gaunt? You know, John of Gaunt and Chaucer, Geoffrey Chaucer, are considered to be the ditto contemporary. John of Gaunt was a king and Geoffrey Chaucer was the courtier. So they both run their lives neck on neck. Born on the same date, same year, and died on the same year. So they were very good friends, and one poem had been dedicated to allegorically on the death of the wife of John of God. Which poem is this? The Book of the Duchess, The Legend of Good Woman, Troilus and Cressida, more than one of the above, none of the above. Yes. Who is the narrator of the poem? Philip Sparrow. So Philip Sparrow is a poem. You know, this is a poem of post-Chaucerian poet. You know, of one post-Chaucerian poet. So here is the option: Dame of Margery, William Thynne, Earl of Surrey, more than one of the above, none of the above. Okay, question number 9. Which one of the following works speaks of a government controlled by a self-perpetuating oligarchy? So a government by a self-perpetuating oligarchy, a government that declared oneself to be the supreme authority. Who is the government? Who was the king? The history of King Richard III, In Praise of Folly, Utopia, more than one of the above, none of the above. Question number 10. Come, let me write. And to what end? To ease a vacant heart. How can words ease? Which are of the glasses of the daily vexing care? The above verse, it is a extract from a verse, from a well famous poem. So the verse has been taken from which of the following poems? Astrophel and Stella, Arcadia, 100th Sundry Flowers, more than one of the above, none of the above. Yes. Number 11 questions. The captain said, alas, our foes are very strong. This is from grammar portion. Alright. The captain said, alas, our foes are very strong. So the captain said, comma, then inverted comma begins, alas, exclamation mark, our foes are very strong. Inverted comma close. So which option will be the correct if we change it into indirect speech? The captain told that, alas, our foes are very strong. The captain told him that our foes are too strong. The captain exclaimed with sorrow that their foes were very strong. More than one of the above, none of the above. You have got dash family. So you need to put the appropriate option from the below mentioned options. All right, to fill in the blank. So the blank would fill by the richest, nicer than, the most nice, more than one of the above, none of the above. All right, you can go through the line minutely to answer this grammatical questions. Yes. What is the number 13? What is river in the world? Which one of the following would best fill in the blanks? What's dash river in the world? The wider, widest, the widest, more than one of the above, none of the above. Okay, number 13. I arrive dash the station dash a taxi. So this is appropriate preposition. Which two prepositions would fit the gap? All right, to and by, B number, at and in, C number, at and by, and D number, more than one of the above, E number, none of the above. All right. Question number 14. The first British English poetry is believed to be first British English poetry. Then again come to the Old English period. First British English poetry is believed to be A number, hymns attributed to Cadman, hymns attributed to Bede, sign poems of Kinwulf, more than one of the above, none of the above. These questions you can answer when you will watch my video upon history of English literature. Sorry, history of English poetry. Only history of British English poetry part. I started making videos or making video lectures upon history of British English poetry part wise in adherence to BSTET syllabus, history of British English drama part wise, history of British English fiction part wise. So you will be more comfortable to answer these questions when you watch the video. All right. Number 15. In Old English poetry, riddles are found to be scripted in riddles. Riddles, idiomatic expressions, and these are the stories which ended with some unfinished conclusion. They are called riddles. So riddles are found to be scripted in the Beowulf MS, the Exeter book, the Vercelli book, the Junius MS, none of the above. These books are the only collections found to be correct for knowing history of British English literature or the beginning of English literature. All right. So number 16. The first English epic poem, Beowulf, is divided into 2 parts, 3 parts, a single entity, more than one, none of the above. Beowulf, the first English epic poet, the English epic. The other epic are many, but English epic started from Beowulf. So the Beowulf is in 2 parts, 3 parts, single entity, more than one, or none of the above. 17 question. Number 17. The Norman conquest was executed through the battle of, the Norman conquest was done through the battle of Roses, battle of Roses, battle of Hastings, battle of Harold, battle of Agincourt, battle of None. Okay. 18. The Norman conquest was a broad event of winning England. It's a broad event. Norman conquest is a broad, event behind winning England, or the land that is called England, that is done over Edward the Confessor by William the Successor, over William the Successor by Edward the Confessor, over Norman the Conqueror by Harold the Godwinson, or more than one of the above, none of the above. Yes, this is very tricky question. Question number 19. In the Middle English period, the poem Brut was written by, it is very important text, brute, Middle English period. I left this text in my earlier video, but it is very important one. The brute is a text, is a poem written by Langland, Learmonth, Leofric, Lollards, or none of the above. Okay, and the final question number 20. The famous Magna Carta of the Middle English period was signed in, after Norman conquest. The Magna Carta was signed by the British ruler, and the Magna Carta was signed in 1215, 1170, 1214, 1225, or none. So these are the 20 MCQ questions and the most probable ones which could come in your BPSC and BSTET exam, and the questions are all set following the BSTET and BPSC patterns. So you please stay connected and answer the questions within 2 or 2.5 hours. After 2 and 2.5 hours, I will provide the correct questions answers in the comment section box with analysis if you wish. Alright, and you please give the answers in a single page or in a single comment, not part by part. You please take a pen and paper and answer the questions, then make a photo of your paper and upload it in the comment section box. Alright, or you write in the comment section box serially which you think that you could answer, and left the questions which you think that you could not answer. Alright, stay connected and subscribe my channel for remaining updated. Thank you.